Hi, everybody. I woke up this morning and I thought, there's no news. Nothing of interest is occurring in our country or in the world for that matter. And then I realized after turning on the television that big things happened while we were asleep. Oh, yeah. Venezuela is no longer in socialist control. Maduro and his wife are now heading to New York to face charges. Many of you probably are hearing what the Democrats are saying about, oh, this is unjust. Well, I'll tell you what, this is the most just thing that could have happened. And we have to thank President Trump and his team for being precise in their attack and for apprehending Maduro and his wife. See, things like that were about to happen in the United States. Let me show you, you Democrats out there who feel like President Trump did something wrong. Let me show you how the great people in Venezuela are responding to what actually transpired. I hope you can see this. This is very monumental, very historic.
In a hard place instead of in control. What am I waiting for? Seaplanes beneath my compass, my transport.
De paso, yes, come celebrate with us. We love everybody because you, America, has loved us so much. So much. Thank you, America.
The people in Venezuela are thanking America. They're thanking America. Now, I want to give you an idea of what they have been contending with. And the reason I did this program or am doing it is because we were almost there ourselves. We were almost there during the Biden administration. We were close. We were knocking on the door for socialism. And when you think about socialism, you think about going to the grocery store and the price of goods are sky high. You think about your utility bill being sky high or the price of gas being sky high. I went to get some gas, and at that time it was $2.02. But when Biden was in office, the price of gas was rising very high, and it would have been higher if he had not tapped into the reserve. So Venezuela was defined by government control. This is what the Democrats want: government control. They're controlled by huge public spending programs. We're familiar with those things. Every time a spending program is approved, that means more and more money out of your pockets. It was defined by an immensely large state workforce. That means people who actually work for the government versus people who work in the private sector. 1 in 6 workers were working for the government in Venezuela. The problem is the government doesn't make any money so that it can be returned to the people. This was a government that was taken and taken and taken away from people. And they were saying things like, well, the labor force is not as great. That's because the people were working for the government and nobody had any money but those people working for the government. So you had businesses that were leaving the country because their businesses would have gone out of business as a result of the government taking from them. With such control over the country, one would think our problems should be getting solved. You were right. You would be right to think that, but you would be wrong in actuality. There was housing crisis, there was crime crisis, mitigation crisis, and economic issues. Sounds familiar? This is what we were experiencing in the United States before Trump took over. Wow. The government did have the power to fix these issues, but they just wouldn't. And this is what Trump is saying. Yes, we're going to take over, but the people are going to have money in their pockets again, and businesses will be going back to Venezuela. This was a vicious cycle where the government continued to gain power while the problems of the people increased. That's why these people were jubilant. And they were jubilant because now, and they were in full blown socialist communist control. I tell you what, it's really, really sad. And let me just show this to you real fast, because I think it's imperative that you see this for yourselves, that you not listen to people who are telling you that communism is good, because it definitely is not. I'm going to bring this video up for you to see. I want you to see how jubilant the people are in Venezuela, and they are so happy that they are free. And they're going to experience prosperity in their country again, just like we're beginning to experience prosperity in our country. So don't listen to anybody who says that this was something that the Venezuelan people did not want. They are so happy and they are jubilant. And even the one of their leaders, several of their leaders are excited, ecstatic over the fact that Maduro and his wife are gone. So let me bring this up if I can. And I'll play this for you. Man, these are not sad people. Bring it down, tear it down. These people are jubilant, and I heard somebody say, well, they did that in Baghdad. Just be careful. Well, I'll tell you the difference between what is happening in Venezuela and what happened in Baghdad is the United States went in and they overtook the regime temporarily. The at the ministry. Hold on for a second. Somebody is posting. Karen, Karen, Karen. I'm going to put that up there. WWG1, WWGA. Where we go one, we go all. Where we're going to avoid socialism. It is imperative that one understands that, and I'm sure that you do understand. If you don't, I'm sorry for you. But we barely escaped living in socialism. And I thank God every day that I can go to the grocery store and prices are cheaper. Even the vegetables are jubilant because of the fact that we escaped socialism. I went and got some greens, and I tell you what, they're bigger than I saw during the Biden administration. It was really strange. Okay, just as strongman Nicolas Maduro was being toppled by a U.S. strike in Venezuela, the country's best known opposition figure proclaimed solidarity with protesters in Iran. And the Iranian citizens are protesting. And Iran is being warned now, let those people protest. Okay. So Maria Machado, Venezuelan politician and Nobel Peace Prize winner, declared that we know that Venezuelan and Iranian regimes collectively, collaboratively, collaborated closely with each other. And with the down, with Nicolas Maduro being toppled, you know who else is going to be affected by this? China, Russia, Iran. These countries were collaborating, trying to get that oil from Venezuela, and it was the most polluted oil possible. We're going to be in a position, we're going to see real valuable oil coming from Venezuela, and the people in Venezuela will benefit and have money in their pockets again. So Maria Machado is now saying, I support what the people in Iran are doing. They are doing what the people in Venezuela now can do. They are being jubilant. They are happy. Guys, I implore you, please continue to be vigilant, to make sure that we don't sit back like we almost did before and allow the United States to become a socialist regime, to allow our rights to be taken away from us. How do we do that? You get off the couch and you go and vote. You look at who is running and you determine in your mind that it is more important to have someone that's going to represent your rights and represent your family and make sure you have jobs and prosperity in this community. Because what we're getting ready to experience, especially here in Shelby County, is there are a lot of people who are suffering, who have who live in rundown houses, but they listen to people who say, vote for me because I'm a Democrat, vote for a Democrat no matter who, or vote for blue no matter who. Irrespective of the fact that you can't afford to pay your bills many times, you can't afford to pay your light bill, you can't afford to have your children get those nice things that your children want. And why? It's because we mess around and we send people to represent us who are more concerned about themselves and not about you. And I want to say this. I want to say this, guys. If we mess around this year in 2026 and send socialists or send people to Washington, D.C., to the General Assembly in Nashville to represent us, we're going to get and live the same way as the Venezuelans did. We're going to mess around. The price of goods are going to go up again. The price of gas is going to go up again. People are going to start hating on each other and dividing each other based upon whether you are man or woman or what have you. We are in a good position now. Don't let that slip away from you. And more importantly, when you vote, make sure you vote for somebody that's going to go to Washington, D.C. or go to the General Assembly, who will have a seat at the table, who will be able to say, well, this is what my community needs. And their requests are going to be honored. So that's all I got to say. I just wanted to come on here and just tell you this. You have a responsibility to keep us out of socialism and to keep us living in a prosperous community. God bless you all. Thanks for listening to me. Have a great week. That's all I want to say. You got a responsibility. Now let's get it done. You take care. And I appreciate you more than you really, really know. I really, really do. God bless you. Thank you for listening to this breaking news, because it was worth it. It was worth it for Venezuelan people to experience the freedom that they deserve, and make sure that the United States do not fall into socialism and communism. You take care. I love you. Bye.